Coming up next, a brand new special fragrance from Montale'S Arabians Musk. My first impression. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to suck? Is it going to be awesome? Find out next. Welcome back, everybody, to JoelTheNose, and here I am in Wynwood at Osme Perfumery. Beautiful March day here in Miami. The weather's amazing, and this is a first impression video on Montale, one of their newest fragrances. Let's get right into it. This is Arabians Musk, not to be confused with Arabians Tonka, which has been one of their better selling fragrances over the last few years. It's a big hit, so I see a lot of merit in kind of going in that vein. It's not a flanker. This is not a kind of just building on or copying the original one. This one is his own unique creation, but it's still got that vibe of the Arabians Tonka. And this is, when you look at the note profile, let me read this for you, because when I first read the note profile, I was a little skeptical myself, because I'm just like, I don't know how all that's gonna come together. But it has honey and bergamot at the top. Then it has dates, you know, like the raisin dates with orange blossom at the heart. And at the bottom you have musk, sugar, tonka bean, and vanilla. Okay, so there's obviously some crossover with the tonka and the vanilla from the original. But this, to me, although I see it being kind of classified as an Oriental, I think this is really a cross between a gourmand and an Oriental. And actually, you could probably call it either one. You know, classifications to me essentially are meaningless, but a lot of people do find them useful when they're trying to look for a perfume. Maybe they're looking in a certain genre. But at the end of the day, it's how does it smell, right? How does it smell on your skin? And let me put a little spray here on. Couple sprays, all right? I feel like, I don't know, a little bolt of energy here. They got the music going. I feel like I need to dance a little salsa. No. All right, no. All right. Ugh. Wow. I gotta say, I love saying I gotta say. I don't know. I guess I say that a lot. The opening is so unique, because it's, even that tonka bean, I'm getting it in the opening, that tonka bean, which is kind of warm and spicy and sugary, and you get that sugar and the vanilla. And I even get that date, which is kind of a unique smell. It's hard, I can't even tell you, I don't have words to describe how dates smell. Maybe some of you guys do, and put in the comments if you have a way of describing it. But to me, it's just this kind of like fruitiness, but not too sweet, almost like an overripe fruit. And the honey gives you that smooth quality at the opening. And the bergamot, to me, is just ever so slight. You don't really get that citrusy smell, but it's in there, and you can tell it's kind of mixing with that honey. But man, it's just like oozing, kind of dripping. I feel like if you wear this all over your body, you're gonna feel almost like, just like covered in this warm, sexy, sensual envelope. And you can tell already this is gonna be popular. I mean, this is, you know, it fits that scent profile that so many people love. You know, if you're a fan of like Baccarat Rouge or one of those, and I'm not saying it even smells like that at all, but it's got, you know, that kind of Oriental, gourmand, sexy, little bit fruity, little bit sweet. But to me, this is, I gotta be honest, much more refined, especially, you know, the current versions of some of those other fragrances. But Montale, I've always appreciated what they do. Always loved the bottles. And I love the price point. You know, for 100 milliliters, around $200 in today's world with fragrances exploding in prices all over. The fact that they have been able to do that and keep that, I think is really cool. Pierre Montale, the founder of the brand. has done a good job, so I'll give them 2 thumbs up for that. But this is, again, one of those fragrances I think that's gonna be very popular because it's perfectly unisex. This is gonna be something that you're gonna smell on men, on women. It's gonna work well. And hey, Maurice, if I can get your opinion real quick, just in the middle of this video here, just like, what are your thoughts on this, the new one, Arabians Musk?
So I'll be very honest. Sometimes when a brand comes out with a flanker, you kind of want to hate on it because you think it's not going to be as good as the original. I think this may actually outsell the original.
Which is obviously one of their bigger, right?
Yes,
bigger
I think
hits.
it's maybe their bestseller, or maybe second bestseller. The musk in this perfume helps to balance it and make it a little bit more smoother and less in the face as the original. So I think this is a little bit, I hate using the word, but I love using the word blended. This is better blended. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the near future with the sales for this, because I think it's going to be more than the original.
So it's interesting. Even though I guess it would be technically considered a flanker, I think it's so different that it's not even real. I think it's obviously in the same family, right? Yeah, but I don't even know if, it's interesting.
Definitely it's not the same, but it's almost at the same base, and then they took it to a different level.
Yeah.
Not a level, but they took it in a different direction.
A lot of times with flankers, right, you'll see maybe they'll change the concentration, or they'll maybe just change the notes, how they mix them or whatever, as far as the concentration levels. But this one, it's almost like totally, I don't know, like you said, there's similarities.
There's similarities, but it's a different perfume. It's like using the same base and then introducing new notes to make something special, something new.
One last quick question is, we talk about this a lot as far as something being well blended. In your mind, like, how would you describe that to the average person that's watching this and trying to understand, perfumes and how they're how they work?
So sometimes when a perfume, in my opinion, when a perfume is very well blended, it's hard for you to detect what note stands out. It's almost like you have to guess, is that patchouli, or is that something or another floral that smell like patchouli? It's seamless. So when I say blended, that's what I mean. The perfume is seamless. It's not necessarily you have the tonka bean right in front of your face and you can detect the tonka bean or the patchouli. It's something that is almost seamless that you can't necessarily tell what's what. And other times it's the alcohol that they use. If they use a cheap alcohol, I can sometimes detect, they're using a scratchy, rough smelling, alcohol that when you use an alcohol that you can't, it's like you can barely tell that, how can I explain it? It's like you can't tell that, you can tell that they're using like a better alcohol because it just blends with the ingredients a lot more smoother. That's what I meant to say.
And I've seen this personally with some of the stuff that I've bought and tried to blend, and you see like the difference in the quality, of what a obviously amazing brand like Montale has versus what maybe some other brands are using just to make things cheaper. But that I think that's a great point, because some perfumes, and I know we've talked about this before also, they purposely blend it in a way where the edges are sharper, right? Where things are like pop, this one pops, this one pops. And that's especially a little bit more avant-garde, a little bit different versus when you blend something, like you said, that's so seamless that you almost don't know what you're smelling. And it is funny because you try to guess, and a lot of times we get it wrong or whatever as we're trying to guess. Yeah, because it's so well blended.
So a brand that I believe does something special is Marc-Antoine Berquois or Atelier Materi. So those two brands, I'll give you two examples. So Atelier Materi has a perfume called, I think it's Neroli Hasbaya. That perfume, you can definitely tell that it's Neroli. But what they did, they introduced almond and pistachio. I've never seen that blend before.
Yeah.
So you can tell it's neroli. The neroli is right up front, and you can tell that there is some pistachio, but it's just it's done so well that you appreciate how unique it is. With Marc-Antoine Berquois, there is one called Ganymede.
Yeah. Oh.
And Ganymede, you can smell the spices. You can smell...
The Immortelle.
Yes. You can also smell, I think, it has a touch of oud in there. And it is sharper, but it's put together so well that you don't mind that it has a little bit of that sharp edge because it's done the way how it's supposed to be done, correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great examples. I appreciate it. Thank you as always. I just grabbed them kind of randomly, and I'll end the video there because that's a good way to end it on some awesome information for everyone out there that's watching the video. And thank you all for watching it, of course. I will be back soon with another video. And as you know, the rule, don't be a wimp. Spray like a pimp. Get it done. Make people smell you. Talk to you later. You know the rule. Don't be a wimp. Spray like a pimp.